Welcome to day 5 of my 12 Days of Christmas challenge. Today I'm going to be selecting the best central midfielder of the last 30 years. There's lots of options I could have gone with, but would like to give honourable mentions to the likes of Paul Scholes, Michael Ballack and Clarence Seedorf, who are all players I really admired, but in the end it really came down to two men. The man who just misses out is Barcelona and Spain legend Andres Iniesta. Iniesta spent time with his local club, Albacete, before he moved to Barcelona and its famous La Masia, where he owned the talent that made him one of the best midfielders of all time. He debuted in the 2002-2003 season and would remain a key figure for the Catalan Giants up to the 2017-18 season. He made 674 appearances for Barcelona in all competitions and won 9 La Liga titles and 4 Champions Leagues along the way, amongst various other honours, which included being heavily involved in 2 Barcelona trebles. At international level, he was a massive part in Spain's success between 2008 and 2012. He was named in the team of the tournaments for each of the 3 major competitions La Roja won in that time, and famously scored the winner in the 2010 World Cup final, when Spain and Holland looked to be on their way to a penalty shootout to decide who would be crowned world champions. Iniesta is one of those players who's usually a generational talent, but if there was a midfielder better than him in his generation, he wouldn't have to look far to find him, as the only real contender is his Barcelona and Spain teammate Xavi Hernandez. Xavi was recently voted into the Ballon d'Or Greatest 11 as a defensive midfielder, which is fair enough, but for me I'd consider him more of a central midfielder, as whether it was with Barca or Spain, he would usually have the likes of Sergio Busquets or Xavi Alonso behind him, so I've decided to put him in this slightly more advanced role. Xavi was born in the Greater Barcelona area and joined the Blaugrana as an 11-year-old. He worked his way up through the ranks of La Masia and made his debut at 18 years old. In the early years, various Barcelona managers struggled to find exactly where Xavi would fit in at Barcelona, and he was tried as both a number 10 and as a defensive midfielder before finally finding his true calling as the man who spent the guts of a decade dominating midfields. Xavi was the perfect example of the style of play that became known as tiki-taka. He was a master of passing and finding space. Most of the time he would pick out a simple pass and would make it a better one with his movement off the ball that made him available to receive the next pass. He was also the best I've ever seen at making space in a crowded area, as he would often receive the ball but would be aware of the opposition's positioning, which allowed him to position himself so his body was between the opponent and the ball, which gave him time to find the next pass. During his years with Barcelona, Xavi won 8 La Liga titles, 4 Champions Leagues, 3 Copa del Reys, 6 Spanish Super Cups, 2 UEFA Super Cups and 2 FIFA Club World Cups. After leaving the Catalan Giants in 2015, he moved to Al Sadd of Qatar, and he helped them win the Qatar Stars League, Emir of Qatar Cup and the Qatari Super Cup, before taking over as manager in 2019, where he has enjoyed even more success. At international level, Xavi helped La Roja win the 2010 World Cup and the 2008 and 2012 European Championships. He was named in the team of the tournament for all 3 tournament wins, and was even named player of the tournament when Spain won the 2008 Euros. He played for Spain 133 times, which is the 3rd highest in the history of the national team. He could have gone on to win more caps, but retired after the disappointing 2014 World Cup when Spain were eliminated at the group stage. Xavi finished playing in 2019 and took over as Al Sadd manager. He has always said that he wanted to learn his craft with the Qatari side, but his name has long since been linked with the role of Barcelona manager. There are elections at the club in March 2021, and several candidates have said that they intend on bringing Xavi back to the club, which at this stage looks inevitable, and if he can enjoy as much success in the dugout as he did on the pitch, then the future looks bright for the Blaugrana.